Modi is facing perhaps the most serious setback of his political career ever, because this is the first time that he has gone into an election and failed to win a majority on his own. I'm talking about his record as chief minister and, of course, now his record in national politics. The fact is that the Bharatiya Janata Party lost as many as 63 seats compared to its performance in 2019. So the fact that he comes back in the form of a coalition with certain allies who are notoriously unstable, I think is a political and a moral defeat for Mr. Modi. It's a different matter that he is not a politician used to, learning proper lessons from this kind of a verdict, nor is the Bharatiya Janata Party a normal party because it's completely beholden to him. But essentially, he will be looking to carry on as usual, as though nothing has changed. But the fact is that the terrain has shifted, and India today has a strong and viable opposition, and the public at large has, in a way, demonstrated that it disagrees with and opposes many of his policies.
Carrying on as usual may be a challenge, given the BJP will need political allies to govern. Might those parties be ready to flex some muscle to get more out of the BJP? After all, at least one of those partners, Nitish Kumar of the Bihar-based JDU party, has switched sides before.
Yes, undoubtedly. I think that these are difficult partners for the BJP to manage. And, clearly the next 5 years, if Mr. Modi lasts that long in the third term with these kinds of allies, will be very difficult. I think that the BJP, is going to have its back to the wall with these sorts of partners. And let's not forget that parties which have allied with the BJP have also kind of realized that there is a political price to pay for that, because invariably the Bharatiya Janata Party has undermined them by creating factions, by dividing them. So I think that there are very, very good reasons for assuming that this kind of a coalition arrangement will not be stable and will not work to Mr. Modi's advantage, no matter what he may be believing today.
What political calculations do you think the opposition alliance and its largest party, Congress, will be thinking about now?
I think the Congress is within its rights to try to make life difficult for Mr. Modi, to harass and to snipe from the sidelines. There is some mischievous talk of the Congress speaking to Nitish Kumar and the Telugu. There's some other partners of the BJP to try to wean them away. I think that's perhaps an unviable and unwise course of action. But I think to the extent to which it unsettles the BJP, that's something which they are likely to pursue. But I think more importantly, you are going to see a much more spirited challenge to the economic and the political/cultural agenda of Mr. Modi. So his whole sort of attempt to steamroll, to push India in the direction of Hindu nationalism and to further the interests of India's biggest corporates, biggest companies at the expense of the living conditions of the masses. I think this is going to come under a serious challenge. The opposition is going to be likely to be very, very vigilant in pushing the government on the rope on this, onto the ropes on this.
Now, he is, of course, Modi, that is, the most successful politician post-independence India. Nevertheless, given these results, do you think he would be prepared to quit while he's still, on paper at least, ahead?
He famously gave an interview and he has used this phrase in rallies that he's a fakir, he's a mendicant who is quite happy to get up and go with just a satchel containing all his belongings. But the reality is that this is a man intensely egotistical, megalomaniacal. He's created a cult of personality over the last 10 years. This is not a man who is going to walk away into the sunset or into the mountains. He will cling to power. He will do all that he can to ensure that he prolongs his rule. And I wouldn't put it past him and his lieutenants to try to weaken the opposition through, using criminal cases, money power, which is the tactic that they've used in the past. So I think there's plenty of fight still left in Mr. Modi. What's changed, I think, is that having seen his lack of electoral support and popular support, it's quite possible that India's judiciary and India's bureaucracy, which have been sort of happy to go along with Mr. Modi's agenda, will probably be less than willing partners this time around.